Good morning friends, I am Ashish Agrawal from Team NGO Enabler and today I am going to discuss about social stock exchange. I repeat, social stock exchange. Are you hearing it for the first time? Not exactly. The idea of creating a social stock exchange as an electronic fundraising platform for listing social enterprises, voluntary and welfare organizations was first floated and proposed by our Honorable Finance Minister during her budget speech in July 2019. So first, let's understand what is social stock exchange all about. The social stock exchange can be understood as a regulated funding platform which allows social enterprises and voluntary welfare organizations with a social purpose to raise funds from the capital markets. And this was exactly the aim of introducing the concept of social stock exchange in India for the first time ever. That is, to enable the not-for-profit organizations to raise capital and work in close collaboration with the business and developmental enterprises and individuals of the society at large to meet the social concerns and issues of the society. She clearly said while introducing this concept, it is time to take our capital markets close to the masses and meet various social welfare objectives related to inclusive growth and financial inclusion. I repeat, Honorable Finance Minister, while introducing this concept, clearly said, it is time to take our capital markets closer to the masses and meet various social welfare objectives related to inclusive growth and financial inclusion. So, the intention of providing a financial drive to the NPOs, which in turn shall contribute in achieving the 17 Sustainable Development Goals adopted by United Nations as 2030 agenda, is very clear. So recently, on 28th September 2021, Security Exchange Board of India, a market regulator under which this exchange was proposed to be set up, has cleared the proposal and approved the framework for setting up such social stock exchange in the country. A technical group on social stock exchange, which was constituted in September 2020, has submitted its recommendations based on which the framework has been developed for setting up the social stock exchange in India. So let's check out some of those key recommendations made by the experts. The first, both not-for-profit organizations and for-profit enterprises will be eligible to be listed on the social stock exchange who have social intent and impact as their primary goals. I repeat, first and foremost, both not-for-profit enterprises and for-profit enterprises will be eligible to be listed on the social stock exchange who have social intent and impact as their primary goals. Secondly, political and religious organizations, trade organizations as well as corporate foundations should not be allowed to raise funds through social stock exchange. So again, it is made evident that the focus will be on those organizations whose objectives are more towards achieving social objectives rather than having political or religious intent. The third and the most important recommendation was that the entities listed on social stock exchange will have to disclose their social impact on an annual basis, covering aspects such as strategic intent and planning, approach and impact scorecard. This is a welcome recommendation because it will ensure transparency, accountability and reliability in the working of social enterprises, and the investors or the donors will be well aware of the last mile usage of their funds and also how they are able to participate in socio-economic development of the country. The fourth recommendation which was made was the modes for fundraising, which can be through debt, equity, units of mutual fund, issue of zero coupon principal bond, development impact bonds, and social impact funds with 100% grant in, grant out provisions. The group also recommended 15 eligible activities in which such social enterprises should have been engaged in order to be listed on the social stock exchange. To name a few: eradicating hunger, poverty, malnutrition and inequality, promoting education, employability and livelihoods, promoting gender equality and empowerment of women, ensuring environmental sustainability, addressing climate change and forest and wildlife preservation, slum area development and affordable housing. Don't you think all these activities are mostly similar to what is defined as charitable activities under the Income Tax Act, or those activities which can be considered as eligible for purposes of corporate social responsibility under Companies Act 2013? Yes, this makes it further evident that addressing the social and environmental causes shall be the main focus of setting up such social stock exchange. The sixth recommendation which was made is the entities desirous of raising funds on the social stock exchange will be required to register themselves with the exchange. Not only social impact but suitable amendments might be made to the regulatory framework towards mandating initial and continuous disclosures for social enterprises, which will cover aspects relating to governance and finance as well. The last recommendation which was made was the social audit shall also be made mandatory for those enterprises who will be raising funds or are registered on the social stock exchange. Also, only those firms who are having expertise in the area of social audit will be allowed to carry out social audits, and who are employing social auditors who have qualified the certification course conducted by NISM. Although it seems to be a novel concept in India, but social stock exchanges already exist and operates in various countries such as UK, South Africa, Canada, etc. But each have their own unique framework and fundamental motives and objectives behind setting up such social stock exchanges in their countries. We are of the view that a proper roadmap should be laid down for such social enterprises so that the environmental, social and governance aspects and impact can be integrated by the investors in evaluating the enterprise and focus more on impact investing, thus moving beyond financial statements. I repeat, this is a very important statement. We are of the view that a proper roadmap should be laid down for such social enterprises so that the environmental, social and governance aspects and impact can be integrated by the investors in evaluating the enterprise and focus more on impact investing, thus moving beyond the financial statements. It should work something like the possibility of raising funds should increase for such enterprises with every meaningful impact on the community. For an investor with healthy mindset, nothing could be more satisfying than earning good financial returns and at the same time ensuring desired social and environmental impact on the community. Also, the regulatory or taxation framework for such social enterprises as well as the other key stakeholders, especially the donors and the investors, should not be much tightening, else the capital flow might be hindered, thus impacting the working of such organizations. So, a framework with minimum compliance burden should be brought in place with more focus on creating a lasting impact on the community. So, if you are looking forward to register your organization on social stock exchange in future, be ready to be extra compliant and start measuring the impact of your charitable activities through impact evaluation and social audits. Also, is it not the very purpose of forming a social enterprise? Unless you are able to get a scorecard for your organization by evaluating the impact you are creating, how you will be able to convince the investors or the donors to join hands or collaborate with you? Be transparent, accountable, reliable and evaluative to get listed on the social stock exchange once it is set up. For more such updates, keep tuned and subscribe to our channel, and for any queries, feel free to contact us through email or comment below. Thank you.